decision at the quarterback position.
So, just for this week, just with all the variables, just kind of consider everything the last 72 hours and what we feel is good, best for this week for us, against Minnesota. Taylor will play this week.
Welcome back, Falcons fans. Your boy Bryce Lewis back at it again for another episode, Falcons emergency episode, as they have made a change at quarterback. Taylor Heinicke is now QB1. Arthur Smith, as you heard at the beginning of the video, making the announcement today in their weekly Wednesday press conference. Now making the move for Minnesota this Sunday. It will be Jaren Hall versus Taylor Heinicke on Sunday. And, I think this move in general has, I think it's caused shockwaves without the Falcons fan base. I think a lot of people are reflecting on this regime, reflecting on Arthur Smith. You're seeing a lot of fire Arthur Smith right now. You're seeing a lot of, well, I guess we got to start looking at rookie quarterbacks. I mean, we're seeing all types of people saying all different types of things on social media right now in regards to this quarterback situation, as this move signals to a lot of people that this is the end of the Desmond Ridder era. Now, Arthur Smith in the press conference did say that he did not commit to Taylor Heinicke past this week. He basically said we're going to take it week by week with him, and we'll see what happens next week. What that means to me is I feel like he's going to probably have a bit of a tryout week. And basically, if he plays well, he'll probably keep the job moving forward. I think that's what's going to happen. I know the way Arthur answered questions today at the press conference rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. He's always had this political kind of I'm the smartest guy in the room vibe that a lot of people have felt like that he tries to be like in the press conferences, and that's rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I think that, everything that's happened, the offense struggling, we've added all this offensive weapons, and we're still not a better offensive team. There's no consistency being built within this regime, especially on the offensive end. You've gone through multiple quarterbacks since Matt Ryan, and it's just been now looking like you're going into, if there is a fourth year with this regime, that you will have a fourth quarterback starting for you, or a fourth year of basically having a new starting quarterback to start the season. And I think that just causes frustration, because that's the one position you don't want inconsistency at. You want stability at that position at quarterback. And I think overall, that's what makes it super tough with the decision that was made today with Desmond. Now, obviously, Desmond Ridder, if you go back to my YouTube, it's actually my most viewed YouTube episode, was the Desmond Ridder discussion, the Desmond Ridder debate. And I talked about going into the season what I thought. I was very neutral. I was like, listen, if this works out, this is what's going to happen. If this don't work out, this is what's going to happen. And right now, it looks like it's not going to work out. And I'll reiterate some of those points I had then to now. Desmond Ridder, again, costs us nothing. This isn't a Daniel Jones situation where you're basically stuck with him. He's not good enough, and you're paying him a lot of money. Ridder is a third-round quarterback on a very non-expensive contract. They can cut him whenever they want, and it will cost them nothing. So it's not one of those situations where you have to hold on to Ridder because of contracts. So at least from a financial standpoint, it does not impact your team making this change. Now, I said, listen, either he'll rise to the occasion, and then you got you a Super Bowl window, and now you got you a quarterback that won't cost you anything, and you now can build this roster out and make this roster even better, and then you just got a quarterback who can take you that way. Well, Ridder isn't working out, so now you have to change. Taylor Heinicke is a guy who, we've seen him with the Commanders. He's made the playoffs. He's went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady in the playoffs. He's played some good games. He's been a starter in this league before. He's a guy with a lot of veteran experience. He's a guy who he always likes to say he's one of his favorite players ever was Brett Favre. So he models his game after Brett. It means he has a very over-aggressive style. One thing about Taylor Heinicke is he's a guy who will throw interceptions because he is aggressive. But he also, because of that aggressiveness, will make big plays. He'll create big opportunities in scoring for the offense. And so you have to take the good with the bad with a guy like Taylor. He's from Gwinnett. He played high school football. He went to Old Dominion. I know some people who went to Old Dominion. Shout out to Taylor, man, from those guys. And I think it's just one of those things right now where I think everybody's just wondering what is the future of the quarterback position, and then what is the potential, the future of Arthur Smith. He's in his third year. It's one of those things where you always look at the third year as the it year for head coaches in terms of making that next step. Falcons are 4-4. They were 4-4 last year at this time. Especially, it's very disappointing considering all the additions and all the talent that has been brought here from last year's team to this year's team, and to still be in that same position. Now, one thing I've also seen in social media that I don't 100% agree with is a lot of people are talking like, oh, well, the season's over, we're tanking, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, guys, we're still first in the NFC South. We have a big game coming up against Minnesota where we can get a tiebreaker and also get back on a winning track and go back over 500. For the most part, if you realistically think about it, this season is far from over. So I understand that we don't like the fact that these things are happening with the team. We have such uncertainty and so much chaos going on. But at the same time, the season's not over. If you win, everything is fine. And I asked this question on Twitter, and I'll ask this question to you guys. If you make the playoffs, if you're the Falcons, you'll probably get a top. You'll be in the 20s. You'll be in the 20s probably, right? Do you go with another rookie quarterback? Because you would think if you make the playoffs next year, you want to take another step. So do you go with another rookie QB and hope it works out better? Because a lot of people seem like they didn't have patience for Ridder. Do we have patience for another first-round quarterback? I mean, Ridder was a third-rounder, but I mean, just in terms of a rookie in general. Do we have that patience? Do you have that patience? Because veteran quarterbacks, there's not anybody like really great. Your best option probably is Kyler Murray. But we don't know what Arizona's going to do. They're going to be a team that I'm sure Falcons fans are going to keep an eye on now because they have to make a decision with Kyler Murray because they'll probably be one of the worst teams in the league. So they'll probably have a chance to get Drake May or Caleb Williams. And so if they decide to go in that direction, Kyler will probably be traded. If they decide to stick with Kyler Murray, then that changes even more things. And that asks even more questions that are tacked onto that. So I think one of the biggest things is right now is just that question. And then, I guess you heard Ryan Tannehill. I don't personally want him on this team, but people make that connection because Ryan Tannehill had his best seasons under Arthur Smith while he was offensive coordinator in Tennessee. It's one of those things that, as a fan, you hate that inconsistency. I know a lot of people brought up Lamar Jackson. Well, y'all could have tried for Lamar. Well, you could have tried. Okay, we can try all we want. We tried for Sweat, and then the Bears came in and basically gave him a first-round pick. I guess it's at least they tried to get a pass rusher. So I guess it's the same situation with that. At least they tried to get a quarterback. But realistically, they weren't going to probably get Lamar. So I think I think so many people are just frustrated right now with the direction of this team. I think it's mainly because we don't know what is the direction of this team. Roster-wise, if you look at it on paper, this is a good roster. The biggest question is your quarterback. Got to fix that. Falcons fans were already frustrated that we didn't get a pass rusher at the trade deadline. Then to add this on top of it, a lot of people wanted Heinicke to start. But a lot of people also wanted Ridder to stay in there and continue his development, continue to grind, continue to progress. Because they feel like there was things that he was improving. He just needed to clean up the turnovers. So I think that's why you also sometimes have a bit of a split fan base within the Falcons fan base because of that. It's one of those things where, I think, either end of the spectrum, everybody has the reasonings and, you'll have your reasonings for your reasons. But at the end of the day, we want this team to win and we want this team to be successful. Realistically. I mean, you got some people who are already ready for this team to tank, but that's not going to happen, people. I'm sorry. It's not going to happen. They're going to try to compete because they still know their playoffs is still right in front of them. I said all of their goals they set out to accomplish this season is right in front of them. They can still win the NFC South. They can still make the playoffs. So that has not changed. They just have to figure out which quarterback's going to give them the best chance to win. And then once they establish that, then we'll see what the season turns out to be. There's just, like I said, so many questions that have not been answered. And I feel like so many people are trying to find answers to questions and trying to already start trying to figure, okay, who do we evaluate? Michael Phoenix, Drake May, Bo Nix, who are we going to draft next year? We're already trying to look ahead, and we just got into the second half of the season, basically. We still have the playoff push that we have to go through. So we're going to have to see what happens. And it starts this Sunday against Minnesota. They're putting out Jaron Hall. I mean, not a lot of people are expecting a lot out of him, but after what happened with Will Levis last week, I know a lot of Falcons fans are probably thinking, oh, he's about to be elite this week too, huh? I mean, listen. Hopefully, the Falcons fans will come back to the bins this week and really just still cheer on this team and give energy. Listen, if Tyler Heinicke, why do I keep saying Tyler? Taylor Heinicke. I don't know why I keep saying that. Taylor Heinicke comes in this week and balls out. That's really all you want. You just want more stability. You want more of a consistent play at that quarterback position. And maybe Heinicke right now is the best person for that. And we're going to have to see. Like I said, guys, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the quarterback situation? Arthur Smith, the regime. What do you want to see happen? What do you want to see change? These are all questions that everybody's talking about, wondering about, having their opinion of how this quarterback situation was handled and etc. So I want to hear from you guys down below and just give me feedback on what y'all think should happen with the Falcons moving forward. But until then, we just got to get ready for Sunday against Minnesota, man, and try to get ready to get a win. So, that's all I got for you. Bryce Lewis, signing out.